Fox News alert, Minneapolis voters say no to a measure that would have dismantled their police department. A win for law enforcement and the radical left's war on police there. Fox's own Pete Hegseth in focus on what the result means for communities across America.
This is an overwhelmingly Democrat city. What this says is you can have a Black Lives Matter sign on your lawn or a Black Lives Matter written sign on the front of your business. But ultimately, when you go into that ballot box, you're probably voting your own personal and private interest, which is policing isn't perfect. But what I don't want to do is scrap the police department. Slogans don't affect people's lives. Police do. And Minneapolis, thank goodness, found some common sense last night, even Democrats voting to keep the police department.
Outside groups such as the ACLU and MoveOn.org poured big cash to support that ballot initiative. But the question resoundingly failed, 56% to 44%. And as crime in Minneapolis is rising. Squad member, House Representative Ilhan Omar, tweeted her support for the now defeated measure. Support. It failed. It went down, but she loves it. Joe Grimaldi, National Vice President of the Fraternal Order of Police, is now in focus. Joe, great to have you on the program. First of all, are there any bigger impacts that you see, far-reaching impacts across the country now that we've seen how this one went down in Minneapolis?
Well, I think what you saw really was a rebuke here of the public from the defund and dismantle the police department narrative that we've been seeing for quite some time here. And I mean, this is amidst a historic crime surge in Minneapolis. Murders are up 65% over the last 2 years there. And I think the public was just fed up with the radical agenda. And the impact is we're seeing this sentiment nationwide. A recent Pew Research poll said that only 23% of Black Americans actually support defunding the police department, and in fact, across wide swaths of people, across all demographics, no one supports this nonsense anymore. It's a complete loser, and it's about time people start abandoning this radical agenda.
Yeah, you know, what you're saying there is that 77% of people of color, right, don't support it.
Yes.
How do you not listen to 77% of people? And Pew Research, by the way, I mean, that's not like some local poll that you took with 200 people. It's a big swath.
Yeah, absolutely. But interestingly enough, we still have Representative Omar going out there saying, well, I still support dismantling the police department, while I will add she keeps a private security force to make sure she's safe. Now, imagine the audacity to look at members in her district in the face who have been victims of violent crime, who've had family members killed, and saying, I deserve protection, but you don't. I mean, where is her empathy? Where is her compassion? And my only hope, and my real hope here, is that this really shifts what's going on in Minneapolis, and they can build their community back and build a safer community for everyone, not just for special representatives of Congress.
So true. In Texas's liberal stronghold of Austin, people voted against a measure to hire more police officers. The vote comes as the city's homicide rate skyrocketed 88% in the past year after the Democrat-led city council slashed the police budget by more than 30%. The murder rate there now is the highest it's been in more than 20 years. So what do you think is happening there?
Well, when I think you do a postmortem on what happened in Austin, I think it's important to recognize that the mayor and city council there have basically been giving the finger to the hardworking men and women of law enforcement in the Austin Police Department for quite some time. And what they did is they scared the public. They told them, we're going to cut services across the board to try to fund public safety. But what the public should really be scared of is the fact that the murder rate is up 88% in Austin. Austin was once a mecca for the arts and music, and now it's a dangerous community and that nobody even wants to walk through with their families. And if they truly cared about the community there, they would invest in law enforcement, because morale is in the tank. I just spoke to an Austin police officer last night. They've had 350 resignations and retirements in the last year. They've got another 250 people up here shortly to leave. And it's gotten so bad, Harris, so bad that they've actually stopped responding to crimes. Your house gets broken into, too bad, we're not coming out. They stole from your business, tough luck. We're not coming. And I tell you, if the mayor had any courage whatsoever, he'd lay his ass out on the line and he'd put a vest on and he'd get out there with us and put his life on the line. But I won't hold my breath to see Mayor Adler out there.
Wow. Look, you've been talking to the cops on the ground in Austin, and out of all of that, several things pop, but certainly this key issue. I wonder if the people of Austin are getting the real, true, raw story from that perspective when you vote for no more cops. Do they know the big numbers that you at the FOP just spit out about those who have left and who are leaving? It just, if you're fed one thing, you don't know what else is on the plate, and then you're asked to make a big decision like this. All right, Joe, we'll move to this. Of course, it's a nationwide issue. We know that. The Washington Examiner is calling out Seattle now for defunding its police, which has caused a retention emergency. Here it is in a quote. If you have an experience and skills, why would you work for a boss who hates you and deep down wants you gone? Why not just let the city council have anarchists run the whole city? Why not find a job in Boise, Bend, or Des Moines where you won't get shot and the people who pay your salary believe that criminals are a bigger problem than you are? Tough questions. Joe Grimaldi.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. They're leaving in droves from Seattle. Hundreds of officers have resigned and retired. And in fact, we kind of tried turning it over to the anarchists, didn't we, anarchists? The CHOP. Remember how that ended? We had people getting raped and murdered inside of there, and we had militant groups take over that area. Didn't work out too well without police officers there. And that's why Seattle's now offering a $25,000 sign-on bonus for people to take that job. You could make it $250,000 because no one's going to take that job to be a police officer in Seattle. And that's why places like Florida and Governor DeSantis are giving $5,000 bonuses for officers to come to Florida and work.
Wow. Real quickly, because you mentioned CHOP, and that became almost like a protected zone. In Seattle, a federal judge has just rejected a lawsuit by the Seattle mom of that 19-year-old who was gunned down in the CHOP protest zone in the summer of 2020. So you protect the criminals and you don't help the people who've been victimized. Real quickly, your last thought.
You know what the problem is, Harris? We have a real problem in this country right now. We care more about criminals than we do about victims. We have a revolving door criminal justice policy in cities across this country, and it's about time we started listening to the hardworking, law-abiding citizens of our communities, not the screaming activists at city council meetings, and not the criminals.
Wow. And if it's as dire as you lay out, we got to figure out how we got there. It's really important. Joe Grimaldi, thank you very much.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.